Yo, Prime members, so check this out. We are here to talk about our favorite thing in the world, and that is Amazon Prime.
That's right. We all have different interests, but there's one thing that brings us together: Prime.
As members ourselves, we found ways to maximize our Prime benefits to get the most out of our passions.
From fast and free shipping, streaming of movies and music, and even exclusive deals and discounts, Prime has it all.
And what's great is that you can use all of these services to elevate your hobbies and interests.
Whether you're a bookworm, a fitness fanatic, or a gaming guru, Prime has something for everyone. I promise you that.
So go ahead, explore and indulge in all that Prime has to offer. We promise you won't be disappointed.
Time to get more out of whatever you're into. Prime. And that's that on that.
What's up, everybody? You are now listening to the Success Playbook Podcast, where we talk about pop culture, life and career success, and of course, we're going to talk about who got dunked on the night before. I'm your host, Chanelle S. Reynolds, and I've been in the sports industry for several years. My goal is to take what I've learned from years of dominating the sports industry as a Black woman to help my listeners defy the odds and level up in life and career. Now, let's dig into this week's episode.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Chanelle S. Reynolds. Can y'all believe that we are already in December? Like, it is literally the middle of December. If you're in school, then you're wrapping up and about to head to holiday break. If you're working, then you're probably wrapping up the calendar year and closing out some business. So it's definitely a season of transition. Along with this time of year, I have acquired some new followers and some new supporters. So I want to just take this podcast opportunity to introduce myself or reintroduce myself to the audience. A lot of you may or may not know who I am and what my background is. So this episode is designed for that. Before I dig into that, I want to talk a little bit about a opportunity that I have for all of my listeners and supporters and followers out there. So in the month of January, I plan to have a cohort of mentees that I plan to walk them through, how to appropriately apply for a sport position. If you're in this industry, or if you have been trying to transition into this industry for some time, then you know that it's not an easy industry to transition into. This industry is based off a lot of networking, and you have to shake hands with the right people. You have to have the right setup. You have to know where to search for jobs. You have to know when to search for jobs, because during a company's off season, they may be more inclined to hire folks. So it definitely takes strategy to get in this industry. And I am here because I want to give my audience the cheat code. Yes, that is right. I want to give you all the opportunity to not only get into this industry, but thrive. Right? The way that I define success is I want to make sure that not only I'm in the door, not only do I have a seat at the table, but I am pulling up chairs for others. Not only am I in the door, but I am leaving the door open behind me so that I can pull others along with me. Not only do I have one hand up, with my mentor and allowing that person to pull me alongside them or pull me up, I have a hand behind me too, making sure that I'm pulling others with me along the way. So I've never looked at success as I want to achieve X, Y, Z and blah, blah, blah. No, for me, success is, yes, getting to that place, but I'm at that place so that I can make more places for others. I'm at that place so that I can make space and make room for others to thrive in this same industry that I've grown to know, I've grown to love, and this industry that I've grown to have so much family. I've developed so many family relationships in this industry, and I want you all to be exposed to that same thing. So if you are interested in my 4-week mentorship or 4-week January cohort, you can find the link in this podcast. You can literally click it. There will be a code for my podcast listeners, so make sure that you read the description, use that link, apply the code that's offered, and we'll go from there. So again, I'm really excited to get started. This is going to be a short episode. It'll probably be broken up into a series.
I hope you're enjoying this week's episode so far. If you haven't already, be sure to grab your copy of The Success Playbook, written by yours truly. This book shares with readers some of my secrets to success, including understanding your power, being intentional, unleashing your beast mode, and my ultimate favorite, the art of taking L's. Grab your copy at www.chanellesreynolds.com.
So to transition into the next part of this podcast, this all started because I came across a really cute trend actually that is on LinkedIn. And if you know me, if you follow me, you know that, LinkedIn is my preferred social media platform. It is great for branding yourself. It is great for making those right connections. So while on LinkedIn, and I'm following the LinkedIn sports hashtag, there is a 30-day post challenge, right? And from days 1 through 30, they're asking for sport professionals on LinkedIn to, answer the prompt in correlation to that day. So like, for example, day 1 can be like, hey, name your favorite color. Day 2 can be, how'd you get your first job, or whatever. Those are just examples. But I wanted to use that as, a basis or a guideline for me to reintroduce myself to my beloved audience. So without any further delay, I'm going to jump into the first prompt. So I'll probably do maybe day 1 through day 5, and then we'll just pick up next week. But so day 1 is to reintroduce yourself to your community. Well, my name is Chanelle S. Reynolds. I'm a proud HBCU graduate of the illustrious Delaware State University. I'm a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Graduated a few years ago. I'll just leave it at that. I love Delaware State University, and anytime that I get the opportunity, I go back on campus to pour into those students that are currently on campus. I remain connected with them on social media, always make time to talk to them, always make time to show love. But I love my DSU, and I do wear it proudly. I went to graduate school at Drexel University in Philadelphia, in which I achieved my MBA, Master's in Business Administration, with a concentration in marketing. So really proud of that. And I did that simultaneously while I was working for my first job in sport, which was with the Philadelphia 76ers organization by way of their NBA G League affiliate, the Delaware Blue Coats. So I was working full time, and I was also pursuing my MBA. Majority of my MBA classes were online. There were some classes where I had to go on campus. So I was literally like working all day, and then I would catch the train from Wilmington, Delaware to downtown Philadelphia, walk on campus to Drexel, take the classes, take the train back, and then that was that. And it was really cool because graduation was at Citizens Bank Park and if you're familiar with that area, then that's where the Philadelphia Phillies play. So it was super dope. But in addition to that education, I am also currently pursuing my doctorate in business administration at Walden University. They're based out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Majority of these classes are online as well. There are some residencies, but I would typically have to go on campus. But since I started the program during COVID, they weren't really doing any in-person residencies. So I kind of lucked up, right? So I am pursuing that, and my dissertation is on, I'm still actually fine-tuning it. So if you all have any suggestions, feel free to shoot me a DM or something. But my dissertation will be on strategies to recruit, retain, and develop diverse talent at professional sports teams, because you all know that is my passion. As far as professional career, I again started my career with the Philadelphia 76ers organization by way of their NBA G League affiliate. I started in ticket sales. So I started as an account executive, and I was selling group tickets, season tickets, all things tickets. Loved every second of it. It was fun. It was engaging. It taught me keen communication skills, how to effectively communicate with peers, communicate with, let's say, CEOs and things like that, because it was a lot of B2B sales. So it was a really great experience. Additionally, while I was in that ticketing role, I got to network with a lot of my peers at the 76ers, so that was dope. That was a super fun time. And just throughout the duration of my career at that organization, I did work my way up and around different departments. So at one point, I was the account executive. Another point, I was promoted to corporate partnerships manager. Then I was the interim ticket sales manager. Then I was the group sales manager. So I was there for 4 years, and I got a lot of experience. And to me, that's how I defined.
Yo, Prime members, so check this out. We are here to talk about our favorite thing in the world, and that is Amazon Prime.
That's right. We all have different interests, but there's one thing that brings us together: Prime.
As members ourselves, we found ways to maximize our Prime benefits to get the most out of our passions.
From fast and free shipping, streaming of movies and music, and even exclusive deals and discounts, Prime has it all.
And what's great is that you can use all of these services to elevate your hobbies and interests.
Whether you're a bookworm, a fitness fanatic, or a gaming guru, Prime has something for everyone. I promise you that.
So go ahead, explore and indulge in all that Prime has to offer. We promise you won't be disappointed.
Time to get more out of whatever you're into. Prime. And that's that on that.
That's where I say, I grew up. That's where I say I grew up professionally. I grew up in sport at that organization. And I learned a lot. So while I was there, I actually came across a position that was open at that time. It was called the Washington Redskins. So they were looking to start their group sales department. So I love group sales. All things group sales. I loved it. I liked planning events. I liked connecting with organizations. I liked having a consultative approach to creating or solving some sort of problem for the organization through our ticketing products. So I loved all things group sales. So to me, it was a no-brainer. That was definitely my next step. So I applied and I got the role. It was a no-brainer for me because not everybody can say that they started a department for an NFL team, especially a group sales department. So I left the Philadelphia 76ers organization, or Delaware Bluecoats, and I came to the Washington Redskins to start and build the group sales department. So it's something that I'm extremely proud of, and I actually am still proud of it to this day because the program still exists. And so while I was the group sales manager, actually I was promoted in, I want to say 9 months. So I became the director, which was a really amazing opportunity. Again, trailblazing. No one ever had this role. No one gave me a template. It was just something that I just hit the ground running with, and I did it. And I'm really proud of that. Simultaneously, while I was the director of group sales, I started the first Black employee resource group for the I started the first employee resource group for the Washington Commanders called the Black Engagement Network. And it was great. If you Google it, there are several articles about us because we really spearheaded an initiative that just was uncharted territory, and we're really proud of that. So I started that, and I served in that chair position for maybe about 2 years while I was, again, simultaneously the director of group sales. And eventually the team approached me and asked me if it was something I would want to do full time. Little did they know is that I was already pursuing my doctorate degree and started, working on a dissertation as to how to recruit, retain, and develop diverse talent. So they didn't know that that's something I was already working on in the background, but to me it was God, aligning my purpose. So again, it was another no-brainer. So I pivoted into the role of leading DE&I, or diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Here's the thing. We're all going to go through failure. The question isn't if you'll go through. The question is how you'll go through. Will you allow this moment to make you or break you? Will this circumstance make you bitter or make you better? Grab your copy of The Art of Taking L's to understand the breakdown of my personal concept, The Art of Taking L's. This book includes biblical and practical principles to help you effectively navigate through life and career changes. More importantly, The book shows its readers how to embrace adversity instead of running. You need this in your life. Grab your copy at www.chanellesreynolds.com.
Efforts for the team. Again, another first. It is something that I'm continuing to trailblaze to this day. And I'm not working from a template. This is all brand new, and it's something that I'm really, really excited to do. So that's my career background. As far as like who I am as a person, oh wait, I didn't tell you all. I have 2 books. So I wrote 2 books in the pandemic. One is called The Success Playbook, and what's the subtitle? I have it sitting behind me. I'm about to grab it. Okay. The Success Playbook, Life Lessons to Embrace Your Losses, Control the Controllables, Activate Your Faith, and Crush the Game. So this is like what I believe is the blueprint for success. And my second book, which is also behind me, is called The Art of Taking L's, Embracing Failure While Navigating Through Life and Career. So I'm really proud of these 2 books. Again, I wrote them in the pandemic. They're really easy reads. They're both available in Amazon. They're like $20. So tap in. The reason why I wrote books is because, like, y'all, I get hit up all the time on social media, whether it be LinkedIn, Instagram, whatever. And I love it. I love connecting with people one-on-one, but I really wanted to find a way that I can communicate this same information by the masses. So that was one of the reasons why I wrote this book. I just want to bless other people. I want to share my faith with them. I want to share the fact that I believe in them, and I want to share strategy as to how I believe that they can be successful in life overall, as well as life professionally, and specifically life in sports. I am, as I mentioned a couple times throughout this conversation, I am deeply rooted in my faith. So my parents are pastors. I grew up a PK, a pastor's kid. I am a minister. So I take pride in, sharing the gospel, sharing the good news of Jesus Christ. I am a believer in Jesus Christ. It's part of who I am. So actually, one of the ways that I actually developed my skill set in sales when I first started is I took ownership of the Faith and Family Night, and I would literally call like all the local pastors, aka most of my dad's friends, I would call them. I would set up meetings with them, and I would sell them tickets to our Faith and Family Night. I would sell them their congregation group tickets, and it broke a record. It was the biggest ticket selling group event that had taken place for the organization at that time. So that was really exciting, and I would say my biggest advice to you all is to find what you're passionate about and see how you can connect that to your overall career. And that applies to whether if you're in sports or not. So just stay true to who you are and try to embed that into every area of your life. I think that's the true, I think authenticity is the true, it is the true determining factor of success, right? Being authentic, being able to show up 100% who you are each and every day, and being able to embed that in like your work. I think that is how you can truly say that you're successful, is being authentic. So I would challenge you all to do that. What else about me? So I am definitely a family girl. I have 4 sisters, so it's 5 of us total. Yes, 5 girls. I didn't stutter. People are so amazed when I tell them that I have no brothers, but no, we're all girls. Love my parents, and we're from Delaware. I currently live in Washington, D.C. My parents still are in Delaware. My mother has been in the education system for 30 plus years. So right now she's a principal at a local elementary school in Wilmington, Delaware. My father, full-time pastor, full-time counselor, full-time evangelist, full-time impact maker. So we're just a family that has heart hearts of servants, a heart of servitude. So that's dope. Anything else? We have a family dog. Her name is Leela. She's a Shih Tzu. She's really small. She's kind of getting old a little bit. But she's actually really, really feisty. So our family dog Leela. I'm big on family. Love my grandmother. She's still alive, and I just love being around her. I love just her existence. And she lives in Wilmington, Delaware as well. But I have a really big family, really family oriented. Each holiday consists of, grandmother, cousins, aunts, uncles, extended family, So yeah, that's me in a nutshell. I thought I was going to get through at least 5 of these, but I'm still on day 1. Maybe I can... No, let's give it a rest today. Let's wrap it up. But y'all, it has been amazing catching up with you all. I hope you tune in next week. I promise you I won't take as long to answer some of the other questions, but I really wanted to get acquainted or reintroduced to my community, to my supporters, to you all, right? You are all the reason why I do what I do. I want to produce content to constantly remind you that it is possible. Whatever it is that you want to do, success is at your fingertips. I want to remind you that with everything, keep God at the center, and I promise you everything else will take care of itself, and you're going to blow up and accelerate. And I want to remind you that you are it, right? You don't need anybody else's validation. You are it. You are going to make it, right? There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You are it. So I don't want you to ever question that about yourself. But that wraps up this first podcast of the reintroduction. I'm your host, Chanelle S. Reynolds. Again, I would love to have you all be a part of my mentorship group that's starting this January. And tune in next week. See ya.
Yo, Prime members, so check this out. We are here to talk about our favorite thing in the world, and that is Amazon Prime.
That's right. We all have different interests, but there's one thing that brings us together: Prime.
As members ourselves, we found ways to maximize our Prime benefits to get the most out of our passions.
From fast and free shipping, streaming of movies and music, and even exclusive deals and discounts, Prime has it all.
And what's great is that you can use all of these services to elevate your hobbies and interests.
Whether you're a bookworm, a fitness fanatic, or a gaming guru, Prime has something for everyone. I promise you that.
So go ahead, explore and indulge in all that Prime has to offer. We promise you won't be disappointed.
Time to get more out of whatever you're into. Prime. And that's that on that.